Yo, what's up? After Gaijin released and failed with the dumpster fire that the current event is, they thought, let's do something that people will actually like. And that's why today we received the summer reinforcements package that contains 6 squads that are not in the store anymore. So they're only available on these rare re-releases. And you can get them. And here's the short summary. 2 of them are really good and the rest sucks. So question is, which one are these? Because 2 of them you really want and the others you want to stay away from. And 2 of them are actually extremely bad. So we go, let's start with the Japanese and we go from right to left. As you can see, I already bought the squad last year, thinking, yeah, they look cool and they're gonna be interesting, blah blah. Short summary: this is one of the 2 extremely bad squads that you want to stay away from. Why? Well, this squad, simply said, it's a BR1 power level squad on a BR2. Well, on a BR2 setup, meaning you will struggle fighting against BR2 Americans. And if you get up tiered, you can completely forget them. This squad is simply very bad. It's very bad. The only good thing about the squad is it's one of the few sniper squads that can have vitality, because they get +6 vitality perks, so you can actually perk them quite nicely. So yeah, this is the only good thing about the squad. Everything else sucks. Like the weapon they get is extremely bad. It's very slow, it's annoying to aim with, and yeah, it's simply not a strong squad. Yeah, you get 5 dudes with a sniper rifle, cool. What these squads would really need is 2 engineers, because why? Like if the engineer has the same rifle as the sniper, why do you need the snipers at all anymore? Yeah, so the fact that you don't really get any other specialists is just bad. So yeah, this squad, simply say, very bad. It's way too weak for BR2. If it was BR1 it would be good, but for BR2 it's simply way too bad. And this plant suit that they're wearing, it doesn't even help, because there's barely any vegetation in the Pacific maps. Yeah, so once we get thick jungle maps, that could work, but until then, this squad is completely useless. Now, let's go to the straight up opposite. The Germans get 2 squads. They get the old Lebel Volkssturm squad, meaning a bunch of grandpas who found some pre-World War I rifles in their basements and started using them in the last weeks of the war. Okay. And they get the Italian fighter jet for BR1. Now let's see. First of all, let's talk about this fighter jet. Not only does it look quite cool, it also is insanely strong. It's actually the one best thing about this whole sale. This thing is ridiculously good. How good is it? It's good. It's extremely good for BR1, and it's even good enough for BR2 to be considered possibly the best German plane. Now, if you look at the proper BR2 army, here I whipped out my BR1 Germans to see where I fit it in. Well, obviously I'm going to remove the other fighter, but here's the direct comparison. This, yeah, like much less firepower and worse flying stats. It is faster, but the other stats aren't that good. The Italian plane is just straight up better. And if you look at the comparatively best German BR2 setup, well, there you play this fighter plane. This fighter plane is basically the same, has even less firepower. It's much faster though, yes, but I'd always rather have the heavy bomb. Yeah. So yeah, like this Italian plane fits perfectly into the German BR1 and BR2 lineup. So buying this gives you basically twice the value, because you have a squad that simply perfectly fits in 2 armies. So yeah, insanely good. The autocannons, you get 2 20mm with enough bullets, and if you run out of these, you get 2 heavy machine guns with infinite bullets. So you will never run out of bullets with this thing. You can nicely shred the ground, instantly one-shot every enemy plane, and the HMG shells even shred basically every tank in BR1 and many tanks in BR2. The good thing is, for this plane, that it actually has lots of heavy machine gun bullets, whereas normal German planes barely get them. Usually they only have the small machine guns that don't do anything against enemy tanks. So yeah, this is insanely good. The heavy bomb is obviously ridiculously good, and the flying stats are also superb. You get a good speed, you get great climb rate, and you get a insanely good turn rate. So yeah, this is literally everything you might want for in a plane, and don't underestimate it. It's actually a BR2 plane that's in BR1. So yeah, perfect value, absolutely worth getting it. Quite expensive, yeah, like ridiculous price, though the price is worth it because you literally just buy basically two planes, one for BR1, one for BR2, which is usually not happening with squads enlisted, because if you usually buy a BR1 squad, it's only good for BR1 and unplayable in BR2. Here you don't have the problem. Or if you buy a BR2 squad, yeah, it's great for BR2, but you can't play it in BR1. But here, this works out. So yeah, this squad is exactly what you wish for in a premium squad that's so expensive. It actually gives enough value. Now for those crying, but isn't it pay to win? It's in theory yes. Now here's the deal though. If you look at an optimized German army, it literally won't matter that much. But it's just cool to just have something cool special, especially since it's like a cool looking rare Italian plane that you usually don't get. Yeah, so yeah, absolutely worth buying. Now, what's not worth buying is still a Bell squad though, because this is a good contender for one of the worst premium squads in the game. Well, it's very inexpensive. Okay, that's fine, but first of all, the rifle sucks hard. I mean, okay, it has 10 bullets, yes, but it's ridiculously slow. It's ridiculously slow. The reload speed is also painfully slow. Yeah, you literally feel the 19th century flair, and you don't get any specialists. You literally get 4 random grandpa riflemen, and to make it even extra worse, you get basically the worst perks you can imagine. You literally get Rifleman 1. But no, they're worse than Rifleman 1 because they can't get the Vitality perk. So yes, for absolutely no reason, some big brain at Gaijin thought, why not try to sell premium squads with the worst possible penalty you can have in Enlisted for perks, -1 Vitality. So they will only have 15 Vitality and not 16. So yeah, absolutely bad. Like absolutely bad. This squad just sucks hard. Let's put it this way, if you want to buy a BR1 squad, why not buy this one? Or many other BR1 squads. If you want to see which squads are worth buying, my premium squad guide is linked down below. I noticed end of last year and the updated version from this year, literally the best premium squad buying guide ever made for Enlisted. Trust me, when I was a new player, I watched many of them, and I can tell you most of them are horribly bad. They're just misguiding and just not even on purpose. It's just people just can't evaluate stuff properly. So yeah, but yeah, just don't waste your money. Just watch a good guide and then you see what's actually worth buying, and then you actually get high quality for your money. And this squad definitely ain't high quality. It's literally bad. The only high quality here I see is this cool light effect. Yeah, that looks cool, but besides that, no, this squad sucks. Sucks absolutely hard. Then what about the burgers? Well, no burgers. Aussies, yes, where are the Aussies? Here they are. Yep, this squad comes with some cool looking Aussies, with a cool looking British rifle, I guess, and well, ironically enough, it's almost, I guess it's the same perks as the Japanese squad. Basically, everything is the same as with the Japanese squad, except for it's BR1. You see the situation. The other squad is ridiculously over-tiered. It's completely unplayable on BR2. This squad, though, fits perfectly well into BR1. Now, you get the same lineup. You get 1 engineer and 4 snipers. The engineer is universal. He can build everything. Good. You get, once again, the great perking here. +6 vitality, so you can give them vitality. And the running perk and so on, so you can actually be mobile. And the best thing is about snipers with vitality, since they are usually shooting from far away, they will already take quite the reduced damage. But if they have vitality, it's even likelier that they survive shots. So yeah, great combination. Very, very tanky dudes. Sadly, no Aussie voice lines. I think they talk like Britbonks. Yeah, whatever, it's fine. Yeah, great squad. And the weapon itself looks very cool. If you go into the test mode, it's very nice. It's not the fastest shooting one, but once again, if you buy the squad, I'm definitely gonna do. Just give them these perks. Yeah, just give them these perks. I wouldn't even give them this. You can do it like this. And now you have, yeah, I also won't do it like this because you don't even need the breath holding anymore, by the way. Yep, this is the officially best setup you can have. By far the best. Very ridiculously fast shooting speed with these two perks. Very fast aiming speed. Keep in mind, this also increases the fire rate, because if your animation is faster from reloading to aiming, yeah, this directly increases fire rate. So you always want to combine these three perks. If you're bolt action sniper rifles, then you get insane fire rate. You're gonna be running for as long as you want. You're gonna be climbing quite well and high, and you will survive everything. Yeah, so yeah, insanely good, insanely good. Not this squad, of course, but the Aussie squad. Yeah, I can't wait to buy this one too. This is the other great squad. Yeah, here you see how absolutely important the BR placement is. Now, this is no rocket science. Obviously, power levels are all relative to something, and Enlisted, everything is relative to the BR it's in. And, yep, the difference between BR1 and BR2 playability is very big. Very big. And it's arguably even bigger than between BR2 and BR3. Because in BR1 you have lots of rudimentary stuff, but in BR2 everything is already perfectly fleshed out for every weapon class. And if you have a good squad already in BR1, it makes a big difference. Now, I'm gonna definitely buy this one and the Black Italian plane, and I'm gonna show you some BR1 footage in the future, because it's actually very fun to play BR1 Germans, because they have so much random cool stuff. And it's, yeah, I guess it's also gonna be time to play BR1 Burgers, because, yeah, I can't wait to let these dudes out. Now, for the end, we got the Soviets. Ironically enough, there ain't too much Soviet buys this time. Yep, I know, unusual. As you can see here, we get 2 Soviet squads. Well, one of course is in a Land-Leased one. Now, here's what's coming to the Soviets. First of all, the elephant in the room, literally elephant size. By the way, how much I forgot to look. How much do the Aussies? Oh, the Aussies have even an okay price. Yeah, they're even okay at BR2. I mean, they're not good at BR2, but they're still. The rifle is better than Japanese one, so yeah, they're okay at BR2. And yeah, I wouldn't mind, especially since you can let them dual wield and you give them the BR2 sniper rifle. But yeah, this price, yeah, definitely a very high price. Now, at first, my first impression of this tank was, before looking up at any stats, oh wait, this must be very, very good. It's a big booty tank with 6 tankers, actually 7 tankers, because it was announced that they're gonna receive a 7th crew member in this metal box. Okay, interesting. It's a literally ridiculously big thing. It has two turrets. It's ugly as fuck, I guess because it's British inspired, and it has this one big cannon and then the small cannon, and it has 2 machine guns. Yep, and since it's so compartmentalized, you're gonna survive lots of hits, because yeah, the enemies can shoot and penetrate. On BR2 they won't blow you up with one shot. There's not enough explosive filler in the AP ammunition, so you can easily tank a few shots. Yes, you're gonna lose. Oh, it already has 7 crew members. Okay, you're gonna lose 1 or 2 crew members with every hit. Yes, but you have 7. Yeah, you don't care. So theoretically, it's great. Yeah, only weaknesses. It's low speed, and theoretically that it's a big thing. But guess what? If this turret gets blown up, you don't care. Yeah, you don't care. Once again, in BR2, you won't get an explosion. It completely kills everything. And this area here is surprisingly tanky. Keep in mind, it's not like the American version that has 70 in the front. This one only has 50, but it's still sloped, which means surprisingly a lot. And even if enemies shoot in these areas, you still absorb damage. Like the structure absorbs so much damage that you still survive. So far everything sounds good. Also you have this cool net here. Now what's the problem with this thing? The cannons are ridiculously weak. This cannon you can completely forget about. This is more of a long-range precision cannon against very weak targets, like enemy cars or enemy anti-tank guns and stuff like that. And this is the main cannon, but despite looking impressive, it sucks hard. You barely penetrate, and if you penetrate, you don't deal any damage because there's no explosion filler. Like, this is one of the weakest performing tanks in the game, especially if you consider how theoretically, how impressive it is on paper. So, no, this tank is absolutely not worth it. If you want an actually good tank, just play the Soviet T-28. Just play the Soviet T-28. Of course, the E version. And be happy about... okay, where's the T-28? And be happy about actually great performance. Because I can't find the T-28 for some reason. Yes, can't find the T-28 today. Ah, okay. Yep. Just this is a good tank. It looks like it has no armor, yeah, but it has 3 turrets, and these turrets absorb insane amounts of damage, because everyone who doesn't understand how this works is gonna see, oh, I can penetrate these turrets, let's shoot into there. And yeah, you can shoot into them, you can blow up the one random Gopnik sitting here and here, but the tank is still alive and he's gonna one-shot you back, because this cannon actually is strong and actually penetrates well. And the anti-infantry effect is ridiculously good. So this is a great tank. You get it for free in the tech tree. Use that. Yeah, and you can save yourself the $50 that you would have to pay for this nonsense. So yeah, this is a big trap. Literally big trap. Now, another trap is this quad. I remember some people getting butthurt a few months ago, or last year, whatever it was, when I said that this quad is not worth it. For those who are new players, around 1.5 years ago, there was a thing called the merge that completely changed how Enlisted is played, because now you have your 4 nations. And if you grind your 4 nations. Before the merge, you had 6 campaigns, different places on the earth, so Berlin, Moscow, Tunisia, Normandy, Pacific, Stalingrad, and so on. And you had to grind both nations on these... on all of those 6 campaigns separately. So there was infinite grind, ridiculously infinite grind. And every single campaign had its own power level. For example, Moscow had one of the lowest power levels, Berlin had one of the highest obviously, Normandy had a very high one, and Stalingrad was in between, Tunisia was medium, and Pacific was also quite medium. So, depending on which campaign you were in, you also, of course, got your premium squads, but these premium squads were set relative to the power level of a campaign. Now, this squad here, also the power level was overall quite low, because you could buy those squads right when you started grinding the campaign, and many of them were made quite weak, so there's not too much distortion for people who, or from people who get themselves a squad right in the beginning and then just completely trash all the other people who just started playing the campaign. So many squads are very underpowered. This is, for example, why you always have like ridiculously bad perks, or where you get your -1 vitality nonsense and so on. This is also one of the reasons, or the main reason, why you have ridiculously small squads like this 4-man squad. You can see this is the old picture with 4 men. So it took Gaijin multiple years to understand that 4-man is absolutely brain dead, and now the squad has access to 2 additional slots, though without the special gun, and these slots can be either engineer anti-tank gunner or engineer, which is what I usually recommend. Some of these squads are great, some of the squads that are inspired like this are great. For example, the machine gunner squads that I recommend to everyone, they are great. They also have slots for, okay, this came with 5. Where's the other one? Oh, this came also, yeah, these have 1 slot member, 1 slot for another member, and yeah, it's fine. These squads were also from the old philosophy, design philosophy, but they overall are still good. long story short, this squad isn't. Why? Well, first of all, it's a BF4 squad. BF4 and BF5 Soviets are some, well, basically BF4 and BF5 Soviet assaulters are some of the strongest in the game due to the access of the great weapons they get. So there's barely any reason to buy any premium assaulters for Soviets. First problem. Second problem, it's BF4. Who is playing BF4? I'm playing BF4 on stream once per month. And then people say, I don't want to see BF4, play BF5 instead. Yeah, so no one wants to see or play BF4. That's a big problem. And the player base is so small that not even, let's say, 10% of the players being interested in BF4 is enough. I wouldn't mind playing BF4 Soviets and Germans. They have very nice lineups. But you know what? You won't find enough other players who want to play that. So you will be forced to play this on BF5, where it is completely unplayable. But let's say you even get lucky and you can play this on BF4. You still have significant downsides because the perks are bad, because you get access to Assaulter Force instead. Then, here's the problem with these ridiculously small squads. You can build yourself an Assaulter squad, where you get 4 Assaulters, 2 Engineers, and then something else. Maybe I have one like these. I don't have one here. Do I have one for... I think I have one for Germany BR1. Yep, here's what you, literally 2 Engineers, 4 Assaulters, and then 1 Specialist of your choice on top of that. And you can pick whatever Assaulters you want. Obviously, you're gonna have Assaulter 4 and so on. Yep, like there's absolutely no reason to buy the squad because it's ridiculously underpowered. The perks suck, the squad size sucks, the squad composition sucks. No matter how you build it, it will be always strictly worse than a normal free tech tree squad. And the gun itself, well, what about the gun? It's a cool bayoneted PPD. Now, well, for historical accuracy, the normal ones should also be able to get a bayonet, but of course, that's not what Gaijin will give you. The only good thing about I see about this weapon is the ridiculously low recoil. This gun literally has no recoil. This gun doesn't know what recoil is. It has no recoil at all. Though, why then do you get weapon handling? Like, this squad will be much better off with more mobility instead of weapon handling that you literally don't need because there's no recoil to compensate for. Yep. And the fire rate also isn't too high, so you don't need to of course, the damage is ridiculously low, so you need to land basically every shot for the fire rate to actually matter, because the damage will be ridiculously slow. So yeah, it's simply not strong, and it's expensive, so there's no reason to get a squad at all. Just save yourself the money. If you want good Soviet squads, well, as I said, get yourself this squad, one of the absolutely strongest squads in the whole game. This is a BF4 weapon that is one of the best BF5 guns in the game. This is how strong this thing is. Insanely overpowered. And if you want another BF4 Soviet squads, well, you can get yourself this squad, the jumpsuit squad, also a good squad. Well, and you can get yourself, of course, always the Soviet Premium APC, absolutely worth it, and retains its power level across all BRs, which is why the Premium APCs are one of the most useful things overall in the game. Or just get yourself a premium account if you haven't done so yet. This is the most useful thing anyway, Enlisted, because it literally triples your grind rate, if you understand compound interest. So it says it doubles, but realistically it roughly triples it. So yeah, and it gives you 2 additional slots. So there's nothing better than this, but don't waste your money on slop like this squad or like this tank, which is, I mean, if this tank cost 2,000, I would consider it, but not for fucking 5,000. This is a complete joke. This is some random Gopnik at Gaijin being drunk again, thinking this is strong and enlisted at BR2. Nope, it ain't. Alright, that's it. That's it. Now you know the whole truth about this summer sale and what is worth getting and what not. So yeah, I see a lot of BR1 stuff coming in the future because, yeah, I'm gonna upload some BR1 games in the future. Also in the stream tomorrow I might play a BR1 game. I wanted to do BR5 Germany, but I can throw in BR1. Like, yep, we can do a 4 versus 4 stacked BR1 game, and then we're just gonna do BR5. So yeah, let me know what you think and what you have and what you tested out, what your experiences are with these squads. I remember last time I made a video like this, reading that some people waited for this video to be released. Yes, this is the smart thing to do. Don't buy things instantly, just wait until you get additional information, especially as a new player, because it's impossible as a new player to really get all of this information. Also, fun fact, I remember people being butthurt and leaving soy boy comments about my video on the event, saying, oh, you're so negative, you hate the game. No, motherfucker, I obviously like playing the game, otherwise I wouldn't waste my time on it. But like a responsible, intelligent person, when I see something that's unnecessarily bad, well, I declare it as being bad. Yeah, so yep, this is why I made a video saying that this event is completely ass. Exactly. So yep, and fun fact, I remember on the first day people asked me, and also in the comments said, oh, have you watched the other videos? Everyone says it's a good event. And I literally just clicked through 6 video headlines and jumped into every video for 1 minute to quickly go over the comments to see what the sentiment is. And yep, everyone was soy boying the event. And guess what? 3 days later, after the event was released, literally all the new videos, basically all the channels, are releasing a second video saying, oh no, the event is actually bad. Oh, guess what? Who would have guessed that eventually everyone understands things? Yeah, so, but if you come here, you will get the truth right from the first minute, and not 3 days later. Yeah, so yep, all right, yep. Well, that's nothing new. That's not unexpected. Now, if you saved yourself lots of gold that you would have otherwise wasted on these bad squads, drop a like and of course subscribe if you're new. And share this with others, so yeah, to spare the big pain of wasting money on bad squads is not a problem for other enlisted players too. And see you tomorrow in the stream. Goodbye.